Hey, what's up guys, Aiden here. Today we're going to look through Logan, Wolverine, Miles Morales from the recent Spider-Man game, and also Spidey who has been eating all the pizzas rather than delivering them, so he's got a bit of a belly thing going on. So let's jump into Logan Wolverine first. Now as soon as I saw this kind of DLC outfit, I just straight away thought of Wolverine, so I've gone ahead and made him. Now obviously you can do, if you want to do the film specific version, then probably take his top off and you can give him a vest, for example. I think he wears a vest in the films with some black bottoms. So I'll just go through the outfits first, the two options for the outfits, and then we'll jump into all the slider stuff. So I think jeans, if you can get a long pair of jeans, I'm not sure they have any. Let's have a quick look. No, so there's no long jeans, so you can either go for the jeans look, and I guess for that he might have a different pair of gloves, maybe these ones. So you could have this version of Wolverine, which is kind of like Logan from the movies. Or the other one was, of course, with a long sleeve. Wait, sorry, it was short sleeve. And Hero Yellow. For the bottoms, it was... What was it? No, where's it gone? Miscellaneous bottoms. Was it compression? Let's have a look. It is the compression Hero Yellow again. And then the gloves were the... I think just bog standard blue ones. Where are they at? Blue or yellow? I think they were yellow. I can't even. That's how good my memory is, guys. I've literally forgotten what I did 2 seconds ago. So yellow or blue, I'm not sure. I can't remember. And then the fangs. So let's go into all the sliders. So Wolverine is actually 5'3" in the comic books, but Hugh Jackman is 188. So I've gone for Hugh Jackman's version. Obviously, if you want to go for the 5'3" version, then go for it. You can put him at bantamweight or flyweight. For his stance, I went for Eddie Alvarez with a hands up style. Obviously, he can't bring out the claws because that's kind of illegal in UFC, so ain't allowed to use weapons and that, but they're definitely somewhere under there. For his hair, I've gone hair 44. Other option was hair 32. And they both kind of work. You know, if hair 32 was a bit longer, I think it would be the one to use. For his brows, I've gone for brows 3, and I've used tattoos. For his facial hair, I haven't actually done anything. Done it with the tattoos again. Now, the other one I was thinking like facial hair 11 kind of could work as well, facial hair 11. But then it's just got the mustache, so I didn't do it. For body hair, I went for body hair 6. If you're going to go for the topless version, then maybe body hair 5 is a better fit. But body hair 6, because then he gets hair on his arms. For the brows and all that stuff, yep, black. And body hair I went for brown. It's just the default. For the eyes, I went for light green. Depends what kind of look you're going for. You could go for yellow as well. I guess yellow could work. Body type, I went for body 4. If you're going for the shorter version, then I'd recommend body 21, which works quite well with when you put the costume on him. Is it body 21? No, it's body 20, sorry. Then he looks quite sick with the costume. Tone 5 for the skin tone. Jumping into the head sliders, we got template number 1 in the house, and then follow across as you see. So I did kind of base him off Hugh Jackman's version of Wolverine. So it kind of looks a bit more like Hugh Jackman than the comic book version. I think the comic book version has a more of a jawline going on than the Hugh Jackman version. But yeah, I've gone somewhere in between the two. I've given him some little slashes on the chest as well and on his arm, just to make it look like he's been in the fight with Sabretooth. And I know Wolverine heals quite quickly, but it's just kind of cool. It just adds something to it. So obviously if he has the costume on, then you're not going to see it. It's going to be hidden behind the costume. But then I've given him some on his arm as well, on the side. I don't know, it just adds a little bit of detail to it. Something about it just makes it look that bit better. 69 tattoos, don't worry guys, it's not as bad as it looks. Most of it, I think I've got about 60 tattoos, is just facial hair, and it's literally just making copies. So let's go all the way to the bottom, work our way up. Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward actually. So Mythos font number 9, starting with the eyebrows. So all I've done is rotated and flipped it. And you don't have to do the eyebrows, not a big deal. They're already quite thick. And then the rest of it, guys, is just literally just layers and layers of Mythos fonts. So you got, I'm not going to even click on them. All you got to do is just go through and just press your left stick and just keep layering it. You could even use a black tattoo. You don't need to use the Mythos. I just like it because it's got that slight curliness to it. And so I've done a bunch on that side, a bunch on this side as well. And then what you want to do is, you see under his chin, I've got 2 under his chin. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So it would be like something like this. Let's say this is going to go for his chin. Then I'd pop one under here. And let's say, for example, this one was going to go on the other side. And just literally just chuck one under here as well. So you got 2 tattoos under the chin. And then, yeah, it's up to you guys. Like, it's just literally just making copies of copies, I guess. And just bundling them all on the other side of his cheeks. and it's pretty straightforward. And if you don't want to do that, you can use the black tattoos you got in the game, the square shapes as well. You could probably do it with that if you want to get a more refined look. Next up, I got the Fantasy 4. So I'll show you how to do this bit for the scars. So L1 left, and then L1 up, and then down on the D-pad, L1 up, and boom, got yourself a nice scar shape. Now, if you want to make it a little bit thicker, then yeah, just press up on the D-pad and then L1 and right stick down, and then boom, you can get something like that. And all you gotta do is make copies by pressing the left stick in. So you press it in and then just copy over as such. Let me see, what's this one? Shapes 19. Yeah, and then what I did actually, just to give his hairline a little bit more hair, I guess, a little bit further forward, I've just put a shape 60, shapes 19, just at the top. Next up on his arm, I've got the armbands, is shapes 57. And that just goes just above his glove. I swear, I can't remember what, maybe his glove is supposed to be blue, I can't remember. And then next up, Fantasy 4 again, just going up across his arm, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And that gives him again that kind of, he's been in a battle with Sabretooth thing going on. Next up, shapes 57 on the other side. And that's a wrap for Wolverine. So let me jump back out. Hang on, let's get a little pose as well. Actually, let's get a little pose from Wolverine. So what kind of pose would he do? Raging, that would be Wolverine, wouldn't it? Changing color and that. With a scream, yeah, there it is. What's Predator look like? That's a Francis Ngannou one, isn't it? Yeah. Anything else that could work? Got the moves. Yeah, nah. Let's get out of there. Get out of there. Let me not save because I want to see what color the gloves are. Okay, so the gloves I've actually used are Strike Force Blue. Strike Force Blue gloves, guys. On to the next one. We've got Miles Morales from the new Spider-Man game. And yeah, let's have a look at this one. So for the clothing, right off the bat, I went for bottom speed red. Other option, you could just go for the standard basic black if you don't want to spend any points. But I went for speed red. Thought they were a good fit. For the gloves, I got red gloves. What else could you have? You could probably have the Strike Force red as well if you want a bit of bounce in it. For his mouthpiece, I didn't show Wolverine's, but Wolverine's was Shark as well. I think it's going to be Venom actually, the fangs. I can go for the fangs for this Spider-Man. So, general info, I've got Miles Morales, 178 centimeters. For the stance, I've gone for Barao. And it's not going to show up because it's glitched. Fine, that's fine. And I just want to just quickly get an emote for the thumbnail. Let's see if we got. Boom. Is that going to work? That's not really going to work. Where's the Spider-Man? What? Do you know what? I've not played the new game. I need to get the new game. I want to play it. Now. Monkey Business, maybe? Nah, I don't think that works, but maybe. Places to be. Got places to be, man. What was that? What was that underwater sound? What the heck was that? That was very weird. Anyways, carrying on. So let's go through all the hair and stuff, and then I'll go on to the tattoos after. So hair 10, brows 3 with tattoos on top. Facial hair, I didn't give him any facial hair, but now I'm curious, how would Spider-Man look if he had a big beard on his face? For his body hair, I didn't give him any body hair either. So that's if you want him to look like Andre Bishop, I guess. For some reason, that looks like Andre Bishop. Put that back to there. Okay, so for the eyes, I've gone for dark brown. If you want to give him Isaac Frost and give him the blue. Body, I've gone for body 4. Skin tone is tone 8 with a tattoo chucked on top to make him darker. If you want to go for, I guess, different body type, maybe body 1. Body 1's quite a good fit as well. That's more like Peter Parker's body type. I don't really need, I mean, from the pictures, Miles Morales looked a bit more built. So I've gone for body 4, but I'll leave it up to you guys. Other option, obviously, is body 10 as well, which is kind of sick, actually. Body 10 looks sick as well. So yeah, I'll leave it up to you guys. Onto the head slider. So I've gone for template 23. And then just as usual, the business, just copy what you got on the screen to get the same results. So yeah, this one is a little bit more tricky on the tattoos. It's going to probably take a few more minutes to go through it than Wolverine's one. I don't even think, did Wolverine even have a tattoo? I don't know. Let's go on to the tattoos. Okay, cool. So starting from the bottom layer, get to the bottom layer. What we got? Got black tattoo. Yeah, that's for the right, that's kind of nuts, isn't it? That's for the body. So I guess if you're going to do him like Spider-Man, you do it like that, but then you can't do the eyes. So that is the base layer of the suit. Next up, we've got Shapes 25, which, you know what, I'm gonna leave the Shapes 25 till after. I'll show you how to do those. Let's go on to the Spider-Man Spidey tattoo in the middle. Shapes number 7 as the little bobbly head. And then Shapes number 7 again as a bigger bobbly body. And then for his tail, I've gone for Shape 16, which is the triangle. And just invert it. Put it at the bottom. One of them ones. Next up, Shape 16. And that is a triangle shape as well. Looks like this. So yours will probably look like this. So L1 left, L1 up, down on the D-pad. And then just chuck it there. Make a copy. Put it on the left. And then we're going to do next is the arms. So it's a little, hang on. Yours will be like something like this, right? So you want to press L1 and up on the D-pad, on the right pad, sorry. L1 and left on the right pad, down on the D-pad, and then just basically just get it to like a small little shape, and then make a copy of that, but just turn it into a triangle, or make a copy of your earlier triangle, however you want to do it, and then Shape 16, and then just go around and just do the same for the other arms, and again for this bit up here. So I've given him, I think he actually has more than 8 legs in his tattoo. I can't remember, but I've given him 8 legs. I think spiders have 8 legs, right? So this one, again, it's just the same triangle. Same thing you're doing is just upside down. Same thing you're doing upside down. And then got triangles again on this side. I've actually doubled it up just to make it thicker. But on the other side, I did it with one. I did it in one. So if you can't manage it, just make double the layers and just try and fill it in like that. Yeah, the legs again, triangles and triangles again. Why didn't I use squares? I don't know, I just changed my mind about halfway through. So those are those bits for the spider tattoo. Next up we have Mythos Font 9, which is looking like this. Where is that? And those are for the eyebrows, and again 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 for the eyebrows, and one more time for the eyebrows. So those thicken up his eyebrows. Next up we have his Shapes 19, which is on his face exclusively, and I've just basically just wrapped it around his head. So L1, and yours will be like this. So L1 on right on the stick, L1 and up on the stick, and just keep holding it down. L1 and up, L1 and right, till it loops around a bit, and hold left on the D-pad, and then just darken it a bit by pressing right. So those are that bit. That should actually be a bottom layer. That should be below the eyebrow tattoos, that layer. Just move it there with a square. And next up we have, okay, cool. What the next bit? So we have these, yeah, so we have these Shape 16. Last bit I'm going to go into are the actual lines. So Shape 16 is a triangle. And basically all I've done here is I've just tried to fill in, because without these triangles, you see, you get these little black gaps between, which just look ugly. So I've tried to fill in those black gaps with upside down triangles, inverted triangles. One here as well. You don't have to have it going all the way down. You could probably have it going to about, let's see, something like a bit further up if you want. But anyway, let's just have a look at the arm, and then I'll show you what I did for the chest. So again, black layer is the bottom one. Next one up, I got triangle. It's an upside down triangle. And what you want to do is actually, you want to make it a large triangle, L1 and up on the right stick, and then push it up into his arm. And that way it will wrap around onto the torso. I don't know how it works, but it wraps around onto the torso. Next up, Shapes 25, which is just underneath his armpit to make a bit of filler again. Same thing here, black bottom. Then I've got this shape here. Then I've got a Shapes 25 under his armpit. Another Shapes 25 just under his armpit. And that's just to try and fill it in. And you can see that I've missed a bit. So just, I don't know, try and do best as you can to fill in the empty bits. And finally, the easy bit. And you know what, I'll do it with a new layer rather than showing mine, because you guys can just do it how you want to do it. But basically, all you got to do is grab a red. So you want to grab the Shapes 25, L1 and right, L1 and up on the right stick. Press down on the D-pad. You got something like this. L1 and up on the right stick. And just yeah, that's a better looking one than one I got. ones I've done before. So basically, the thicker it is, I think the nicer it's gonna pop. So maybe I should have made mine thicker as well at the time. But anyway, so what you want to do is just rotate it with the right stick, with sorry, R2. Once you rotate it in position, then make a copy and just go across like this, and just literally, just wherever you see the gaps, just L2 again to bring it across again. I'm not going to save this anyway, but I'll just show you how I've done it. And just, yeah, look, you see I've overlapped it to his neck a bit there. Just try not to hit the neck. I think that's what I did earlier. Yeah, it must be one. Obviously, because otherwise he's going to look like he has cuts. So that's for the vertical lines. For the horizontal lines, again, L1, right stick down, right stick right, D-pad down, L1, right stick right. Okay, so that's wrapped around. I'm holding the right stick and L1 down. And then I press R2, and you see L2, R2, and it makes it into 3 of them. Boom. So now all you got to do is just make copies of that. Left stick in to make copy and just bring it down as such, and boom. And that's how you do the bottom layer. So it's pretty straightforward actually. And then put some more on his back than I have, and you should end up with a decent looking Miles Morales. For the clothing, again, I mean, other than these bottoms, I don't know if you guys got a better idea, let me know, but I didn't really see any that fit better than those ones. Let's have a little another look. What about this creepy forest? Nope. Warning, maybe the warning one. But yeah, I'll leave it up to you guys. I'm not gonna save mine. Let's just put back to how it was. Okay, and then the nice last easy one, which is same thing again that we just did there, which is a Spidey. So I was gonna try and make a serious one, and then I realized it's too hard. So I've gone ahead and made Spidey. He is from the TV show Family Guy. There's a Spider-Man in that really overweight one, and I think he's just been eating too many of the pizzas, not been making the deliveries on time, just eating all the pizzas. So now he has ended up as this fat version of Spider-Man. So for his eyebrows, he's got no eyebrows, no body hair, none of that. I mean, what happens if we give him body hair? Hideous. Yeah, leave that. But the eyes, I've gone for yellow. You can't see them anyway. We've hidden his eyes. Body type. Obviously, if you think you can make a serious one, then the body type I'd recommend is probably either the McGregor one. Yeah, probably the McGregor one, to be fair. Because I was trying to make him serious at first, so it's just that it's just the face, bro. It's the face that's not convincing. So I was like, better to have him as a joke. So template number 34, and basically all you want to do is go through and just kind of squish the eyes so they're not visible anymore. But then unfortunately the nose and the mouth, I don't know, maybe if you pulled his mouth down, did his mouth like by the default one, it might look alright actually. Might look alright. And I might do that at the end. I might try and make him into a serious Spider-Man at the end. So let me just go through the tattoos. So yeah, and then we'll try and see if we can make him into a serious Spider-Man. So the bottom layer we got is Shapes 25 is a red covering his entire body. And then we've got Shapes 25 at the crown. And you know what? Let me just make a copy of that because I need to chop one back here as well, don't I? Back of the head, but without covering the eyes. And the eyes are basically, the eyes are it's a skin color that's white, that's giving it that look. So yeah, so this bottom layer tattoo, it actually stops just below his eyes. I'll bring it down, you see, that's what his head tattoo looks like. Next up we have Shapes 97. Just filling up, you can use whatever shape you want, as long as you just fill up the sides and leave a bit of space for his eyes, right? And then next I've used the inverted triangle. If I go like this, look, you see that? See that shape's inverted triangle? And then I've used a normal side up triangle to cover from the nose upwards, and then Shapes 19 to do all of the edges for the final bits of tattoo. One over here as well. Cool. And then yeah, just a similar thing that we did earlier in the Miles Morales tattoos tutorial, just to make all the lines. And I'm gonna just do it. It's easier for me to just make a fresh one than to show you what I've done. So hang on, L1 right stick down, L1 right stick right, D-pad left down, L1 right stick right, all the way around, and then R2, a little bit of R2, and it basically explodes it. So we should go around a bit more, L1 right, and then just basically just make layers, make a copy of that, go up, boom, and so on, until you get your Spider-Man right. So I'm going to just delete those layers. And then similarly for the top, L1 left stick, sorry, right stick left, right stick up, D-pad down, right stick up with L1 held. And then you got a nice line like that, and just go across, basically just go across his head and just make loads of these. Yeah, the back's a bit messed up there, so just don't look at him from the back. Cool. I mean, obviously, when you guys do it, you can do it properly. Next up, we got Animals 13, or you can use the Miles Morales tattoo tutorial. Final bit are his arms. I've given him the red as the base and then layered over it with a shapes 21 on the inside. And again, red as the base and then shapes 21 for the inside. Again, L1 and right stick to make it bigger. Cover up his arm and try and get a bit onto the torso as well, because he does have a little bit, so it goes under the armpit. And then for his shorts, I just gave him the dragon blue shorts, but something more sensible could just be the basic blue. But seeing as I had the dragon blue unlocked, I was like, well, I might as well use this. Okay, so now let's say you're trying to make a serious Spider-Man. Let's see, what can we do? So for his body, I guess let's try the McGregor type, which is body 11, was it? Yeah, no, sorry, body 10. So with the McGregor body type, and let's have a go at just tweaking his face a bit, man. See if we can make him look a bit more serious by just moving his mouth down. Is it gonna make him look a bit more normal? Because the thing is, in the actual Spider-Man costume, you can't see his mouth. It's hidden away behind the mask, obviously. Well done. It's hidden away behind the mask. But unfortunately, there's not much we can do. The 20-minute video. Goodness grief. Yeah, let's just wrap this one up real quick. I just want to see what happens if I try and make him look a bit more serious. See if we get a better looking Spider-Man. Yeah, see that chin though? That chin's just comedy gold right there. It's been punched in the chin one too many times. Chuck it down here. Yeah, so you could get him looking a bit more serious. Maybe if you use a different face template as well. Just want to see what happens if we carry on with this for a little while longer. Yeah, these were going to be 3 separate videos, but now I decided to just make them all into one, like a little superhero package. But really, the Miles Morales, I think, and the Wolverine are decent. This one is just, I think it just needs a bit more attention and care. But if you guys are able to make something decent, then feel free to drop it in the Discord. I'd love to see you guys like do something with the tattoos, see what you guys can come up with. Again, the hardest bit of this thing is just getting his face right. I mean, one thing you could try and do is make the eye tattoos a bit bigger, but I'm gonna leave that for now. Yeah, so let me save my latest version of Spidey. Can we get a pose, Spidey? Let's see if we can get a pose. Terrible. What about popping? That's probably a bit. Is that like something Spider-Man would do? I don't know. Power move? No. Small clap. Yeah, that's the kind of thing. He would probably troll his enemies with a little clap like that. And cool. All right, let me save that as my changes. So if you guys enjoyed the content, like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for checking the video out, guys. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Drop your suggestions below as well if you've got any other superheroes you reckon we should visit. And I'll have a go. And I'll catch you guys next one. I'm Aiden, and I am out of here. Wolverine as the outro. Peace.